Hey everyone, welcome back. Ever get that feeling like you're peeking right into someone's soul when you listen to an album?
Oh, totally.
It's like with Drake's Take Care back in 2011, it was like he just opened up his diary and said, "Here you go, world."
It's funny you should say that because Take Care came out at a really, really interesting moment for Drake.
Yeah,
Like, he had that big success with Thank Me Later,
right.
and you'd think he would just gone for that same vibe again.
For sure.
But instead, he just kind of went inward.
Totally. And like he had this intuition about what people needed to hear, even if we didn't realize it ourselves at the time.
Yeah.
Like 2011 was this time when hip hop was changing,
Hmm.
getting more experimental, mixing genres and everything.
Right, right.
And people were really craving authenticity,
Yeah.
something real.
Absolutely. There was this cultural shift happening, and Take Care's title even reflects that, don't you think?
Oh, definitely,
It's
man.
such a simple phrase, almost like an afterthought, but in the context of the whole album, it takes on this completely different meaning.
Exactly. It goes from being like this casual see ya later to this huge question.
Mm.
Like, take care of who? Of yourself?
Mm.
Of me? It makes you think.
Right, like it's probing this vulnerability.
And that sets the stage for this deep dive into Drake's emotions, all the stuff he's working through.
For sure. And I think one song that really gets at all of that emotional complexity,
Yeah.
is Marvin's Room.
Oh, man. Such a good one.
Think about it. Late at night, hazy vibe, Drake just pouring his heart out on the phone.
Yeah, yeah.
It's almost like you're not supposed to be listening, you know?
It's totally like eavesdropping on something super personal.
Exactly.
But it's more than just the words he's saying. It's how he says them, right? There's this rawness in his voice, and that chorus, "I'm just saying you could do better." It's desperate.
Yeah.
Like he's questioning everything,
Right.
looking for something real.
Totally, and sonically, Marvin's Room is stripped down, bare bones. It's just him, this haunting piano melody and these really sparse beats.
It's super different from some of the other more produced songs on the album.
Yeah, definitely.
It's interesting how that actually makes the emotion hit harder. You know what I mean?
Totally. Like, sometimes less is more.
Right.
Like, stripping things back lets the raw feeling really punch through.
Yeah. And it seems like that was a choice. Like Drake and Noah 40 should be knew what they were doing.
Oh, absolutely. They understood how powerful subtlety can be, especially for these kinds of complex emotions.
For sure.
It's not about being flashy with the production. It's about creating space for the listener to really connect with Drake's vulnerability.
We can't talk about the sound of Take Care without talking about The Weeknd,
Oh, man.
especially on tracks like Crew Love.
Right.
That atmospheric, haunting vibe he brings is all over the album.
Totally.
It's like they created this whole new sonic world together.
Yeah, their collaboration was huge. The Weeknd brought this dark, introspective R&B that just blended so well with Drake's style. And they were really pushing the boundaries of what hip-hop could be.
And we hear touches of other genres, too.
Yeah.
Like that southern rap influence on HYFR with Lil Wayne.
For sure. For sure.
And it's not even just individual songs. The whole album flows together like it's one big journey,
Oh, yeah.
starting with that introspective look at fame over my dead body,
Yeah.
and then taking us through all these ups and downs, love, loss, ambition.
It's like a philosophical odyssey.
Totally.
Each song builds on the last one, making you think about identity, being real, and trying to find meaning in this world that can feel so fake.
Yeah, and you're right there with Drake questioning everything.
Right.
And what's crazy is that Take Care is both like super personal, but also something everyone can relate to.
That's so true. And that's what really hit people back in 2011, how relatable it was.
Yeah, totally.
Think about hip hop back then. Artists were all about that tough image, that I'm invincible vibe.
Oh, for sure. Vulnerability wasn't cool back then.
Exactly. You had to have this tough exterior to make it. You know what I mean?
Right. Like you had to prove you were strong.
Yeah. And then Drake drops Take Care.
Hmm.
And he's basically saying it's okay to not be okay. Like, it's fine to admit you're hurting, unsure, searching for something.
Totally. He made it cool to feel things deeply.
Yeah.
I think that really resonated with people, especially at that time.
Absolutely.
It was like he was giving everyone permission to just be human, flaws and all.
And that was huge.
It was.
And, he kind of paved the way for a whole bunch of artists to do the same.
Right, like it opened the door for that kind of emotional honesty.
Totally. Think about The Weeknd blowing up right after. It's
Yeah.
almost like Drake made that kind of music, that feeling, okay to put out there.
And it wasn't just in hip-hop either.
Right.
It was like this shift across all genres, people being more open about their mental health,
Yeah.
their personal stuff, their doubts. All of it.
It was like this wave of authenticity just swept through music.
And it's fascinating how Take Care was kind of at the heart of that change.
Totally. And it comes back to those core themes on the album,
Yeah.
that push and pull between Drake's persona and what he was actually going through.
That struggle to be yourself when everyone wants you to be something else.
Exactly. We all deal with that, don't we?
Sure.
It's like this constant battle between who you are and who the world expects you to be.
Totally.
And it's not just the lyrics that get at those feelings.
Right. The sound of the album is a huge part of it, too.
Oh, absolutely.
It's this blend of atmosphere, those innovative samples, and these incredibly textured beats. It's like a movie.
Yeah, that cinematic quality is so important.
Totally.
Like, think about Marvin's Room again.
Okay.
Those piano chords and muted beats, they create this intimacy. It's like you're actually in the room with Drake as he's going through it.
Right, like you're feeling his loneliness, that longing for connection.
Exactly.
And then you've got tracks like Crew Love with the soaring synths and those layered vocals. You get this feeling of searching for something more, like this yearning.
And it all feels intentional, doesn't it?
Totally. The way the sound is crafted totally matches the emotions on the album.
Right. And it's not just about setting the mood.
Yeah.
It's using those sounds to explore these deep ideas. Like the way Drake uses those older R&B samples, it's like he's trying to find something, some connection to the past.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like he's weaving those familiar sounds into his own story.
Yeah.
Creating something completely new.
And it's not just R&B, right?
Oh.
You hear gospel, soul, even ambient music all mixed in.
Yeah, that blending of genres is so key to what makes Take Care so powerful.
It really broke down barriers.
Drake wasn't afraid to experiment, to push boundaries, to create something that didn't fit neatly into any category.
He was basically saying music can be anything.
Yeah.
You can be vulnerable and introspective, and it can still be catchy and innovative.
Exactly. And he brought in these collaborators who shared that vision.
Right.
Think about the range of artists on Take Care.
Yeah, there are some big names on there.
You've got Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
And then these rising stars like The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar.
It's pretty incredible.
It's like a whole spectrum of talent.
And it really shows Drake's artistry,
Totally.
The way he brought all these different voices together and made them work.
Right. It wasn't just random.
Yeah.
He was really intentional, crafting this soundscape to amplify the emotions of the album.
And it all works so well.
Right.
And people are still listening to it today. It's more than just an album.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this cultural touchstone that keeps influencing people.
Yeah. It's a reminder that music can be so much more than just entertainment.
It can be a way to express yourself, to connect with others, even to explore big ideas.
Exactly.
And, it's interesting how Take Care also got people thinking about identity and authenticity.
Oh, yeah.
Like it challenged us to think about the masks we wear and how we can be true to ourselves when it feels like everyone wants us to conform.
That tension between Drake's public image and his private struggles, it's a constant theme throughout the album.
Right, and it's something we can all relate to, that struggle to be ourselves.
It's a very existential dilemma.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it ties into this idea of finding meaning in a world that can feel meaningless sometimes.
Right, like how do we balance our desire for success and recognition with the need to be authentic?
It's a tough question.
And Take Care tackles it head on, but it doesn't get easy answers.
Right.
It just lays it all out there, all the complexity, and invites us to think about it along with Drake.
And I think that's what makes the album so powerful, right?
Totally.
It's not about finding a perfect solution.
No.
It's about embracing the questions, the uncertainties, the messiness of being human.
And finding the strength to take care of ourselves amidst all that chaos.
Right. The album title isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a call to action.
It is. It's like a reminder to prioritize our well-being, even when things are tough.
Especially in this world that's all about hustling and never stopping.
Right. It's like everywhere you look, it's go, go, go.
Exactly. But Take Care tells us to slow down, take a breath.
Yeah.
It suggests that maybe that's how we move forward in a healthier way.
It's a radical act of self-love, isn't it?
Total.
To say, I matter and I deserve to be taken care of.
Especially when it feels like everything is telling you the opposite.
Yeah, and it's not just about bubble baths and face masks.
Right.
Taking care of yourself means setting boundaries, saying no to things that drain you.
Yeah, giving yourself permission to feel your emotions.
Exactly. It's about taking a holistic approach to your well-being.
And it's something that Drake himself seems to be working through on the album.
Totally. He's not pretending to have it all figured out.
He's right there with us, trying to find his way.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people connect with Take Care.
Yeah.
Because it's honest about the struggle.
It is. It's honest about how messy and confusing life can be.
And it reminds us that we're not alone in that.
One of the most powerful things about music is its ability to connect us.
Right, to make you feel seen and understood.
And when you listen to Take Care, you realize that there are other people out there who are going through the same things.
Who feel those same big emotions.
Yeah.
Who are also trying to figure out how to take care of themselves in this crazy world.
It's like this collective exhale, a shared experience.
Totally.
And it reminds us that we're not alone.
We're in it together.
Exactly.
It all comes back to that title, doesn't it? Take Care.
It really does.
It's more than just a phrase you say when you're leaving.
Yeah.
It's like this whole statement, this anthem for dealing with all the complicated stuff in life.
But Drake is reminding us, to pay attention to what we need to make our well-being a priority.
Oh, for sure. Because we live in this world where everyone's telling you to do more.
Constantly.
Hustle harder, never stop, never settle.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
And Take Care is like the opposite of that.
Totally.
It's saying maybe slowing down is actually the key. Maybe taking a break, checking in with yourself. That's how you actually move forward in a good way.
It's almost like a radical act, like saying, I deserve to be taken care of.
Yeah, totally.
That's powerful stuff.
Especially when it feels like everything's telling you you're not good enough.
Exactly.
And it's not just about, like, taking a bath or doing a face mask or whatever.
No, definitely not.
Taking care can mean setting boundaries, saying no to things, even just letting yourself feel your emotions without judging yourself.
It's about the whole picture.
Yeah, your whole well-being.
And I think that's what Drake is exploring on the album.
Oh, yeah.
He's not acting like he has all the answers.
He's figuring it out along with us.
Exactly. He's right there in the thick of it.
And that makes it so relatable.
Yeah.
Because it's real. It's about how messy and confusing life can be.
Totally. And it reminds us that we're not the only ones going through this.
Right. Like, we're not alone.
Music can be so powerful like that.
It can.
It connects you to other people.
It makes you feel seen.
And when you listen to Take Care, you realize that there are other people out there feeling the same way you do.
Who are going through the same stuff.
Right, who are also trying to figure out how to take care of themselves.
It's like we're all breathing a sigh of relief together.
Totally, we're not alone in this.
And as we're wrapping up our deep dive into Take Care, I keep coming back to this question.
Oh yeah, what's that?
What does taking care actually look like for each of us?
It's different for everyone.
It is, and I hope people keep thinking about that, even after this.
Right.
Like, what little things can we do for ourselves every day? How can we pay more attention to what we need?
Right. How can we be kinder to ourselves?
And to others.
Exactly.
Drake's Take Care is more than just an album.
It's a conversation.
It reminds us that it's okay to be vulnerable.
And that taking care of yourself is important.
And even though the world can feel pretty chaotic,
it can.
There's still beauty in caring for ourselves and each other.
So well said.
If you haven't listened to Take Care in a while, I highly recommend it.
Me too.
Listen to it with fresh ears, pay attention to the emotions, the questions it brings up.
It's a journey.
It is, and remember, taking care of yourself is a brave thing to do.
It is.
It's a way of saying you're worthy, and it's a gift to yourself and to everyone around you.
That's beautiful.
So go out there, take care, and keep looking for those beautiful moments in this crazy thing we call life.
Absolutely.